Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you feedback from your SACE assignment, first of all. That's what I want to do. Please, the first thing is, you must retrieve it from Learn 2023. Don't type the whole thing out yourself. Why? First of all, because it wastes your time, and second of all, when I mark it, I don't know how many marks are supposed to be allocated to which question. So you must get it off Learn 20. It must be on a college example, right? The second thing is, you must have your surname and your first name right at the beginning of your assignment. Why? Because that is how I put it into my computer, and when I come back to your email and I have to send it back to you, I've got to go through all these that say SACE assessment, SACE assessment, SACE assessment, until I find yours. So please, it just makes it a lot easier. That's the first thing. The second thing is, please don't call the children pupils. That's very, very long ago we did that. They are learners. Don't call them students. Students are you going out to the schools. You are student teachers. But you call the children learners. They are the learners. And the teachers are the educators. That was the second thing. The third thing is, please finish what you're writing in full sentences. One of the questions was, I educate and train. What? Birds? Animals? Think to yourself. It's easy because this was probably the easiest assignment you'll ever have. All you had to do was go and take that stuff and just repeat it, regurgitate it up onto yours. But still there was some just put anything in, and when got lazy, just stopped halfway. I must educate and train. I don't know what. So just remember full sentences. And then if you see a question out of 6 marks, it surely has 6 points. All right? So a lot of you will look at your assignment and say, I wonder why I got 5 out of 6. Well, count the points that you gave me. And remember that in your case study as well. Especially the one was about SACE. What was it? You got 2 marks. Have a look at that one and see. And then go back to the SACE document and look, and you'll understand why. Right, so today I'm going to explain to you the CAPS document. This is such an important part. And I know that there are students out there who are not watching the videos. Besides going on to Learn 2023, I don't know whether you're doing that. But I've got students saying, must I hand in my lesson plan today? What lesson plan? We haven't even finished 2 assignments yet of this whole course. You've got another 4 assignments to hand in before I even start teaching you about the lesson plan. I said at the beginning on one of these videos, ignore what is there about the assignments. It doesn't apply to you. Otherwise you'd have to sit all night to do 8 assignments that you haven't heard anything about yet. So remember I showed you that picture. We're all at different places. You only got into this course a few days ago. So you can't possibly be writing a lesson plan. Okay, now why am I doing the CAPS document now and not when we do the lesson plan? I'll do it again there. But I'm doing this because there's an assignment on this. And unless you know how to use the CAPS document, you won't know how to do the assignment. So, what is a CAPS document? Everybody talks about the CAPS document. It's such an important document. Every single teacher in the school must have a CAPS document. It's provided for them. Now, what do? You take your 2 specializations. If it's history and Zulu, home language, or if it's English and geography, you take those 2 CAPS documents off the internet and you have them in your computer ready, because you'll need them for another few assignments. Now what I've done is I have taken this one off the internet and I have rolled it off for myself. You don't need to do this. If you've got money to do this, that's fine. But if you don't, then just keep it in your computer. But every CAPS document looks like this, no matter what subject. And CAPS is always written with a capital letter because it is the curriculum and assessment policy of schools. CAPS document, it has everything in it that has to be taught. It's the curriculum, it's the syllabus. They're saying to you at the beginning of the year, here is the life skills syllabus, go and teach it. All right? This is like your Bible. Right, now I'm going to go to life orientation. You're not going to go to life orientation unless this was one of your majors. Okay, you're going to go to your major, mathematics, whatever it is, geography, whatever it is, you're going to go to. Now, you'll see up the side of it is what it is, life orientation. And here it has senior phase grades 7 to 9. You are not going to teach grade 11 and 12 when you go prac teaching. The teachers won't let you. They are so hell-bent on getting a full complement of 100%ers and full complement of them passing matric that they won't give you 2 minutes with a matric class. So forget about them. You're going to be left here with these. All right? So let's have a look through it and go carefully through it so that you understand. On the first page, we've got a little letter there from Angie, who is our minister, and he gives a little bit of a spiel there, and then we get to the life orientation, and here you'll get to the index. All right? Now in the index, you'll notice it has background, overview, general aims, time allocation that must be spent on the work, introduction, what is life orientation, specific aims, teaching plan, etc., etc. So I'm going to now go and just show you what it involves. Can you come a bit closer and we can see? Okay? Right. The first one gives an overview, right? The second page gives general aims. Now don't get mixed up with this. General aims is just general. What you've got to worry about are the specific aims, which we're going to get to just now. Here, it gives you all the times that have to be spent on the subjects in school. There it is. This is for grade 10 to 12, and this is for grade 7 to 9. Then it gives you life orientation, and at the bottom of this page, you will see specific aims. These are the important aims that you have to remember about, because these aims, there are 5, I think, of these, yes. These aims are what you are going to use in your lesson plan. So I want you to mark this, if you've got it, in your computer, and make sure that you keep it, because that is what you're going to use for every lesson. Then we've got topics, and then we come to the teaching plan, which is the broad plan, and then we come to what we have to teach. Now, this is where I want you to listen carefully. This is term 1, and it is for grade 7. And the topic is at the top here. The topic is the development of the self in society. Now, I don't know what part of that I have to teach. So, the education department tells me. It says you can teach concept, their self-image, identify and reflect on positive personal qualities, their personal interests, their abilities, strategies to enhance self-image, strategies to enhance other self-image. All those are content areas. Concept, content areas. They come under the topic. So the first thing is, what topic am I going to discuss? I'm going to do development of the self in society. But what content area or what concept area am I going to do of that? Well, I think I'll do strategies on how to enhance self-image. Here, you'll see 2 hours. Does that mean I must spend 2 hours on one lesson? No. It means I can spend 2 hours on this whole lesson here. It can take me 3 or 4 lessons, depending on how long the lessons are. And what do they recommend the resources are that I use? Textbook, life skills books, and posters. Now that doesn't mean that you can't use anything else. You can use an interactive chart, you can use a worksheet, you can use anything you like. But this is what you have to work from. And it doesn't mean teach out of the textbook. It means refer to the textbook of what is in the textbook about personal interests or whatever I'm going to teach about. Now, you have to go to your particular subject, and you have to go to the second term. Why the second term? We spoke about it yesterday. You're not going to go now and make a huge big chart or a beautiful interactive chart for a lesson you're not going to teach. So, think wise. Go to the second term and go to grade 8 or grade 9 and go and have a look. Yes, to term 4, let's go back. Term 3, and here's term 2. Here's term 2 for grade 9. And I want you to go and choose one of these topics. Now, these are the topics: constitutional rights and responsibilities. Constitutional rights and responsibilities. And then world of work. And those are your topics. But underneath these topics, because if I say to you, go and teach them the constitutional rights and responsibilities of people in South Africa, there's so much you can go and teach them. But they give you the content areas you can use. And you go and choose one of those. And you go and do your interactive chart on that content area. Now, my advice to you is, don't choose one that's very vague. Don't choose something like emotions. Because what kind of chart am I going to make on emotions? All right? But on constitutional rights and responsibilities, I'm not going to tell you this now, but there is so much you can put in an interactive chart about South Africa. There's your opportunity. Pictures that you can use. If you want to do grade 8, you go to grade 8 and you go and find something under grade 8 for term 2, which is this. And here in grade 8, it says world of work, same thing. World of work again, health, social and environmental responsibilities. Lovely. That is the topic. And here are all the content areas. Substance abuse, all that kind of thing. There's so much you can choose from. Now you might just get a little bit mixed up as well, because this physical education falls into life orientation. You don't have to worry about that unless you're a life orientation specialist. But life orientation, you'll find, has a few physical education things in it as well. Now, at the back of this, it gives you all the kinds of assessment you can do. So not only does it give you the information you must teach, but it also shows you how you can assess the work. So this is a very important document. There are teachers out there that don't like this document. They say, oh, the CAPS document, I don't like working from the CAPS document. But the CAPS document is so easy if you know how to use it. There are teachers who don't know how to use it. If you ask some of these teachers, what is the topic? They go, oh, I don't know what the difference is between a topic and a content area. You know the topic is the name of the subject that you're going to teach. The content area are the different parts of that topic. Now, the same thing will happen in mathematics, the same thing will happen in English, and the thing that we made our chart on yesterday, the parts of speech, that will come in under writing and reading. So you need to go now and look at the CAPS document for your specialization and choose a topic, choose a content area. And here you will notice it says you first need to select a topic from your specialization subject from the CAPS document. After that, decide on the topic of your interactive chart. Now, I would have written the content area because you've got your topic at the top. Now my content area, what am I going to do with this chart? First, plan your interactive chart on a piece of A4 paper, either this way or that way. All right? Decide how you're going to use it. Decide where you're going to put the labels, where you're going to do the writing, and then do it in pencil. You might do 2 or 3 or 4 different plans until you've got it like you want it. Once you've decided on the plan that you're going to use, find a suitable format. Remember I told you, get a box, get something that you're going to make this chart out of. When designing your interactive chart, always think about how learners will interact with it. Examples are given to you in the videos that you've seen on Learn 2023. There's me standing with a bee, if you've watched that, or the other one with the animals or whatever it was that was done, and the ones that Mr. Rama did on the business science. Watch those and see what they looked like. You need to lay out your chart neatly. Use one type and size of font. Don't go and make it bigger and smaller. Use color to make it attractive and watch your spelling. Remember, the basic chart has very little information. The information is added on as we go along. And don't forget, you don't just put pictures on. You can actually put some information on that you have taught. You've taught this piece of information of what the pupa looks like, and it's this color and it's this size, and you've written on it. Now you've taught about it. Now you put it up next to the pupa. Please view, then you start and you make a video recording of yourself standing and showing me what you are going to do with this interactive chart. Please don't give me a lesson. The lesson is going to come next week and the week after. There's no time for 2 to 3 minutes to give a whole lesson. But you're going to say, this is my interactive chart. My topic was this. My content area was this. And this is how I propose to use it in the class. You take your little things and you put them on and you show me. And then you say, I would let the children take them off and I would let the children put them back on. Right? 2 to 3 minutes. go and read the presentation skills. I've got to see your full person. So don't stand there with your pajama pants on and a t-shirt or a nice collar and tie. When you do the recording, the chart and yourself must be visible. Please view the video before you send it to the tutor. Look critically at your video to make sure that you've adhered to all the instructions. And then WhatsApp the video recording to the tutor, either on a WhatsApp or a YouTube. You also need to take 2 close-up photos of your interactive chart that you're going to send me. One photo should be of your chart without the labels, and the other photo will be with the labels. Submit these 2 photos to the tutor. Now, I've given this to you. Those who want to go straight away, I know that there are some of you that don't like weekends because you don't like go clubbing and all that kind of thing. You like to stay at home and do work. So those of you who want to, start this now. Start it and get it over and done with as soon as you can. And don't just sit down and think, I'm going to take a half an hour and then this is going to be finished. It's not. You're going to think about it. You're going to go out and think about it. Then you're going to come back. Then you're going to go to Checkers and you're going to come back and think, oh, I saw a nice idea there. All right? I am going to send you these notes of mine that say how to use the CAPS document. I will email them to you this evening. These are not notes that come from the college. These are notes that I've made to help you. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is the worksheet, because there's going to be something for you to do an assignment on the worksheet. And then, in between, you're going to be watching Learn 2023 to see those quizzes and to do those quizzes, because you get marks for those quizzes. Don't forget. And then we've got to get busy with our lesson plan, because you've got to write a lesson plan and send it to me by next Friday, so that over the weekend I can look at it, return it to you, you return it to me, I return it to you, and it's going to go back and forward for 25 times until I know that you've got it right, and until I know that you're going to do it properly. And then you're going to start presenting for me. I hope you all understand this. Have a good weekend.